Told me something about you that I didn't want to know. Look me right in the eye and then you placed your head on my shoulder. This position that you put me in, you're on a mission to take my world from around me. Wide awake, I worry my brain. Turn over, turn over, turn over. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind. Night of passion became a nightmare. When the flood arrived, I realized what a fool I've been. You don't even know me, so how could you love me? Let alone care for this someone a stranger. Forget about the life that I dreamed of. Turn over, turn over, turn over. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind. Repercussions and consequences. Should've known better. Wish I never met her. True to the letter, I'll never forget her. Waiting, anticipating. Girl, come on, make up your mind.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another live stream Tuesday. Now, you might be able to hear that my voice sounds a little bit different to normal, and that's because at the moment my body's decided that I have to have a cold or some kind of illness going on because it's a very busy week this week, and lots of stuff to talk about. But yeah, thank you for joining me on this night tonight, Tuesday night live stream. And it might be a little bit more of a relaxed live stream just because of maybe talking for a long time might not be as possible as it normally is. So there can potentially be other things that we can look at tonight. We'll have the Fil Jam if we do hit the likes goal for tonight, because of course the illness doesn't affect my hands and I'm playing the guitar, which is good. But let's have a look to you guys in the live chat room tonight. We have Chris, Billy, Layla, Sue, Bob, Tabby, Joe, and it's going through too quickly. So Rose in there as well, PM112, Laura, Marge, Joe, Billy, we Sue, Momo. So hello, thank you for joining me tonight. Now, I mean, it's a shame that I'm not recording a song where my low range is required, because it'd be quite good, because that's exactly where my voice is sitting at the moment, a little bit lower than it normally does. So anyway, this is it. I'm not going through any kind of voice editing software. This is exactly how my voice sounds. Right, let's get my patrons up on screen because they make this all possible in the first place. So a massive thank you to you guys. You know who you are. And they make it all possible in the first place, the foundation of everything that I do on the channel. So a massive thank you to everyone at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, the names go across the screen during all the live streams. We do live stream on Saturday nights as well. So yeah, they just make everything possible. So with tonight's live stream, we've still got the normal stuff going on. So we've got the vote for tonight's cover video, and that's between You Know My Name and It's Just Got Lucky by Dockham. So those are the two tracks that we're going to be potentially having a listen to tonight. Yeah, we'll have the Fil Jam as well. Now let's see where we are at with our likes goal for tonight. It is set at 575. So if you can hit that thumbs up, it would be massively appreciated. If we do hit that goal, then we will have a Fil Jam later on, and it's going to be Fil Jam number 214. So we are currently at 237 likes so far. So thank you for hitting the thumbs up. If we can get a spike of the likes, that would be very much appreciated and get us closer to that target for tonight. And yeah, depending on, I mean, I'm assuming that the live stream will go on for the same amount of time that it normally does. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. It just depends if my voice holds out. Now, the other thing is that I know that certainly last week and the week before, I've been doing loads of stuff. And this is all for my project that I'm going to be launching this Sunday. And it just means that, say, for example, last Tuesday, was it? I can't remember when it was. But after a live stream, I then... well, and that's when I'm talking for quite a long time on a live stream. I then did an interview straight afterwards, and we usually end the live streams at about midnight, Greenwich Mean Time, so the time it is here. And my interview then started at kind of midnight. So then I was talking for another, I think it's actually maybe 2 hours. So yeah, that probably wasn't very good for the voice, just talking for that amount of time, non-stop. And yeah, I've also been chatting with Chris Lipe recently. We did a video together, and he's going to be releasing a video on his channel. I'm going to be releasing our video tomorrow night, so look out for that one. This is the other thing. It's with Chris, I was talking for almost 3 hours. So yeah, then editing all of the information together obviously takes a long time as well. I managed to do that over the weekend and get that finished. So that's going to be released tomorrow night. And on Sunday night, I had an interview with Tim Welch. So yeah, Tim asked me to join him on his channel, and we've recorded that. It's going to be released later this week. Actually, what we're going to be doing is on Sunday, I mean, this is a bit of a standalone week for myself and the channel, because I'm going to be releasing something on Sunday that I've been working on for kind of over a year now. So it's been a lot of kind of work in the background. But what we're going to be doing on Sunday is, because I've been talking about this behind the scenes with lots of different people, what we're going to attempt to do, myself and Chris and Tim, is synchronize videos for the launch. And it's great because, you know, Tim and Chris are kind of supporting what I'm doing and are helping me out and getting behind it, so that we can all release something, you know, literally like with your watches, and synchronizing them so that we can hit or at least have this launch go live across 3 channels rather than just me doing it. So it means that, yeah, we're going to hopefully maximize the audience, make a bit of an impact. And for the patrons that are watching, these people at the bottom of the screen, if you're wanting to get involved with helping getting the word out there and knowing what to do, I'm going to be doing that this week as well. As for this week's videos, obviously we've got that video tomorrow night with Chris. I'm not exactly sure what's going to be going on with the videos this week and even next week and maybe even the week after that, because I'm spending so much time on this. All of the other stuff that I would normally doing has had to take a bit of a back seat because this kind of project only gets launched once. So I think it's very important to do it the right way and make sure that everything goes as planned. But yeah, on Sunday, that's going to be launching at 8 p.m. If you are interested in getting involved, make sure that you check the posts on Patreon. And for those people that don't know what Patreon is, I mean, you can go over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. And it's basically, I always say, the foundation of everything that I do. So it's my patrons. And back in the day, people had patrons, like Shakespeare had patrons, which meant that, you know, he didn't have Patreons. That's just the name of the site. But the patrons allowed him to do what he did. So they financially supported the vision, and it, you know, basically, yeah, allowed him to pursue his dream of, you know, writing some things and writing some stories. But yeah, that's what Patreon is. So you can head over there because, yeah, I have had a few emails from people saying, oh, you know, some people don't know what Patreon is. But I mean, the best thing to do is just go to the website that I show on the screen, and then you can see. And I have said in previous live streams that you don't have to pay for anything. You can go over there and be a free member. That is an option over there. So yeah, there we go. Right, if you are over on Patreon, look out for any posts that I'm going to be doing this week, because it's going to give you instructions as to how to help with everything. And we're not going to be doing anything until the launch and after the launch of, you know, 8 p.m. on Sunday. But I think we all need to be a little bit prepared with what we're going to do as soon as it does launch. So that's something that I will, yeah, make available over on Patreon for you guys who do want to help out with spreading the word. But everyone can help out with spreading the word once it's out there and telling people about it, and yeah, telling anyone and everyone about it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting on Sunday. Make sure that you don't miss that video. I'm probably going to do a video on Friday, if I can still talk by then. I'm going to do a video on Friday just letting everybody know what's going to be happening on Sunday, or at least to look out for that particular time so that nobody misses it. But yeah, like I said, we're kind of doing a triple pronged attack across 3 different channels, so it's going to be interesting. Right, now I can see that there have been some donations in the super chat window, so thank you guys for these. And I'll just get up on screen as well the donations tab, because you don't have to donate, just watching is great. So thank you guys for the donations and everybody hitting that thumbs up and getting involved, all that kind of stuff. You don't have to donate to the live streams, you don't have to donate for any of the analysis videos. So yeah, for those people that do donate, I think it's important they know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, which you can find in the description below. So Paul has donated $5 in the super chat window, so thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, wow, looks like 473,000 subscribers, most excellent. Let's have fun tonight and spike those likes, all y'all rock. So thank you for that, and let's get this up on screen, because we have hit 473,000, as Paul quite rightly states. And I think we might have, oh, in the title it says that's 472,000 subscribers. So yeah, we did skip over 472,000 straight into 473,000 for the live stream, which is great. So thank you guys for subscribing and yeah, getting involved. You will have to hit that notification bell in order to get notified for all of the videos and the live streams and all that kind of stuff. But 473,000 is pretty good. We'll keep on pushing forward and see where we end up. Oh, the other thing that I've done is, on the last live stream, I thought, oh, it would be quite good to set up another YouTube channel or an affiliate channel with this channel, that's going to be about the side project, or at least the stuff that's happening with the side project, which is going to turn into a main project, a big project, and hopefully something that everybody comes to know about in the relatively near future, just in the music industry, I mean. But yeah, I have set up that, and obviously there's nothing on it at the moment, so I'm thinking, well, I mean, people could go and subscribe to it, but there's literally nothing there. There are no videos, so you won't be watching anything. But maybe I'll let you guys know over on Patreon what the YouTube channel is going to be. There's also going to be, and there is actually an Instagram account, but again, there's nothing on the Instagram account yet. But I guess people could go and follow that if they wanted to. I guess you'd be the early birds, because it hasn't even launched yet. So yeah, I'll let you guys know over on Patreon. If you wanted to subscribe or follow the particular Instagram account, then you can do. But right, let's get back into that super chat window, because there's been another donation. Thank you for this. Sixes, it says, I think, $10. Thank you for that. And the message is, I can't find that you ever did It's My Life by Talk Talk with Mark Hollis and Lee Harris. Great drummer. So thank you for that. And yeah, it doesn't ring a bell for an analysis video that I've done in the past. But yeah, thank you for that donation. And Malteser has donated $99.99. So thank you for that, Malteser. And the message is, want a Phil bobblehead. Great conversation starter once your special project is unveiled. So thank you for that. And yeah, the whole merchandise thing. I know people have lots of different ideas for merchandise, but it is something that at the moment I'm focusing on so many different things at once that, yeah, thinking about doing new merchandise is just a bridge too far for me at the moment. And I have actually discussed with a company that does merchandise, and it isn't Spring, it's another company, about the merchandise for my side project. But I said to them that I've got to kind of launch it and then potentially, you know, mock up the designs for the merchandise and all that. So that's something that maybe I'll do in the future. But it's a common theme that I've had with the people that I've been talking with recently about this particular project. They've been very enthusiastic about it, and, you know, excited and like the idea of what I'm going to be doing. But they have said that they worry about my time, that because of the scope of what I'm attempting to do, and it's just me doing it, that is going to be potentially quite a challenge. So, I mean, it would be a good problem to have if it's so huge that everybody knows about it, and then it is something that the music industry, I don't know, recognizes, and some artists start to take on board what I'm going to be doing. It would be, yeah, good for the music industry as a whole, I do think. But yeah, there's a chance that if it just goes super huge straight away, then yeah, I'll have to try and figure out what I'm going to be doing. And it might even be the case of having to hire people with particular sets of skills to do with, yeah, possibly music, but maybe more of an admin kind of side of things. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But I guess this is the problem that I have, is that throughout my music career, I've always just ended up doing everything myself, because everyone else that I've asked to do something doesn't quite do it how it kind of needs to be done, because I do have an eye for the details. So if somebody kind of does something and says, oh, that'll do, I always think, well, no, you've got to do it exactly right. And yeah, I think especially with this project, I've got to make sure that I'm in control of everything when it launches. And then, yeah, if it does take off, which, you know, hopefully it will do, then I'll have to look at things in the future as to how to manage it all. But, you know, it's all with a mind to just making the music industry a more honest and transparent place, because I think that's something that it's in need of. Right. Anyway, let's move on. And Karen has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, hi Phil, congrats on hitting 473,000 subscribers. I'm excited for your project launch. Sounds like you need lots of tea and honey. Please take care of yourself. We wingers care. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that. And yeah, it's always the way, but I don't know whether at the moment it's just a case of, I think, it's always the way that I'm going to, get a cold or something in a really busy week. But then if I think about, well, the last 2 weeks has been really busy as well. So maybe it's just a cumulative effect of, basically the body saying, okay, too much talking, maybe not enough sleeping, too many emails being thrown out there and typed, and I've been contacting loads of people, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll all be kind of worth it on Sunday, and hopefully the launch will go well. So thank you for that, Karen. Right, we have had some donations over in the PayPal window, so I will jump over there as well. And it is Philip who has donated £5. So thank you for that, Philip. And that is a straight up donation. And we've had another donation of £20, and this is from Lois. So thank you for that, Lois. And that's a straight up donation as well. And Bruce has donated £4. So thank you, Bruce, for that. And Nicole has donated £15 as well. So thank you for that, Nicole. And the message is, hello, Phil. Your last video explains it well. People of bad faith and systematic attacks towards your work. It's gratuitous action. They can do nothing in the face of your honesty. We love you and recognize your professional value. Dear Phil, good week, love and rock time for all. So thank you for that, Nicole. And I guess this is another reason for me doing everything with my side project, is because everything that I've built up on my channel and the videos and everything that I do and showing objective data, that's all going to be part of the project. And I think it's important that I do everything so that when people go to this project, once it's launched, they know what it is based on, what the foundation is, that it's me doing it. So everything that is available on my YouTube channel is entirely relevant for that. Even if people want to look into what I do and they might not have seen me before, it's just a good reference point to think, oh, right, that's what he's going to be doing in order to determine what he determines with particular performances and things to do with that project. So, yeah, and it's always interesting. Some of the comments that I get, and I don't know whether this is a troll corner thing, but I'll mention it. Oh, did I work out how to get the troll up on screen without going through the rigmarole of... Here he is. So, yeah, without going through the intro and the outro. But this quick kind of troll comment that I sometimes get, where somebody said, oh, so you're saying that the reason this person sounds the same is because they're using auto-tune. Actually, they didn't say that. They said, the reason you're saying this person sounds the same night after night is because they're timing their vocal perfectly. You made a video on someone else who could repeat their vocal really accurately, but you didn't call them out for lip syncing or using auto-tune. So yeah, so, oh no, and they also said that, oh, so you're accusing this person of using auto-tune when, actually their timing's really good. But anyway, I just had to explain to the person that with my videos, and I know exactly who they were talking about and who else they were talking about. They were referring to Karen Carpenter, a video that I've done on her voice, multiple videos where I showed that actually she could be more accurate live than she was in the studio recording of the original track when it was released. And she could nail her pitch to, the lines. Now and again, she would be on top of a line, but maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times in a row, she'd kind of cross over that line, but it was never 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, in one song, or, even in a row. So I know what this person's referring to. They're referring to that. And they said, oh, and you didn't accuse them of lip syncing or using auto-tune live. And I had to reply to the person saying that the reason that, I mean, first of all, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm showing you what is happening. It's not an accusation. I'm not saying, oh, I think that this is what's happening and I don't have any proof, but I think that's my opinion on what I can hear. I'm showing it on screen. So I explained that what I'm showing is going to give you the objective data as to what is happening. It's not an accusation. It's not an opinion. And I said, yeah, when talking about the particular artist they were talking about, they said, oh, so what you're saying is that her timing was so perfect, that's why it sounds so similar. So that's the reason why, it sounds the same. And I've said, well, no, it's the auto tune. So the note is going to be the same in every performance. And generally, I would say, and I did say to this person, that timing is the first thing that you can do. And I said, even people singing karaoke get the timing right. It's not really the timing that's difficult. It's the pitch of hitting the notes. So that's why it sounds the same night after night after night, because the auto tune is programmed to hit those notes night after night. So the other thing is that with Karen Carpenter, if it were a lip sync performance, if it was auto tuned, obviously it wasn't possible back in those days, but say it had been post edited with pitch correction, it would show that on the screen and I would point it out. So yeah, it's still something that some people don't really understand, that what I'm doing is not, I'm not throwing out accusations. And if I were, with the legal teams of some of the people that an artist that I've looked at, those videos would not be there anymore, guaranteed. If there was any tiny hole in the data that is meaning that it's an accusation and not objective data proving a fact, my videos, they wouldn't stay up. I mean, they would be taken down instantly with some of the people that I have covered. And yeah, like I said, the legal teams, that some are world famous for removing things on YouTube. So yeah, this is why I point out very clearly that it's objective data we're looking at, and it's not my opinion. It is what it is, and people can and have cross-referenced it and done the tests themselves and seen that, oh, what we're seeing is what we're seeing, and it is what it is, or what it was. But anyway, thank you for this donation as well, Gordon. Oh, let's get rid of Mr. Troll, and he's gone. Gordon's donated £10. Thank you for that, Gordon. The message is, I've been away for some time, but still have been watching the channel and liking the content. Please keep the faith in yourself and keep posting your thoughts. So thank you for that. And I mean, just on that point quickly, talking to vocal coaches is really interesting. Look out for that video tomorrow, but also look out for videos on Dr. Dan's channel and Tim Welch's channel, because getting their points of view, and Chris Lee Pay as well, from the vocal coach angle of what I'm pointing out, it is really important, because what I'm doing is directly affecting them in a positive way, because they've been in a position where they've been asked to describe things about a particular performance, and they've avoided videos because they know it's pitch corrected or they know it's auto-tune, and they don't want the potential backlash from people saying, no, it's not this and it's not that, and you're lying, and all the stuff that I get. I don't get a lot of it, but when you point out something that goes against what somebody wants to believe because they're a fan of the artist, then yeah, sometimes you get this kind of knee-jerk reaction of negativity, and you get these troll type comments. But I mean, it's great talking to vocal coaches, because obviously my project on Sunday is something that will directly affect them in a positive way as well. But just hearing from them that even as coaches, it's your job to point out and to teach people about the voice, but also I think to point out exactly what's going on. So if somebody's using auto-tune, as a vocal coach, you say, well, what we're looking at here, you've got to take this with a pinch of salt, because they're not actually hitting these notes. This is auto-tune that's doing it. So yeah, the fact that even they feel under pressure, that they can't actually be totally honest and transparent about what they're looking at, I think, well, yeah, that's a good enough sign as any to think, well, yeah, something needs to change here. Obviously, this rabbit hole is getting to the point of this rabbit hole. I'm going to try and bring an end to it. And then put a ladder down the rabbit hole for everyone to get out and say, right, now we understand what's going on. So anyway, thank you for this donation. Leslie, who has donated £100. Thank you for that. Again, if we get any accidental donations, just let me know after the live stream and I can reverse that on PayPal very easily. But thank you for this. The message is, you said before you're not a talented singer, but a well-practiced one. Your tone has a warmth and vulnerability. Is your true voice correct? I understand you can't change a true voice. I'm not musically educated, just a listener. Hope you understand what I mean. So thank you for that. And I think I've mentioned this on live streams before, but I've always been, I say always, when I first started trying to sing, I couldn't sing. I didn't know what I was doing. And I think everyone falls into this trap of hearing a voice that they like and trying to make their voice sound like the voice they like. But the reason you like the person's voice is because it's their voice. So it took a little while for me to understand that, maybe people will like my voice for just being my voice without trying to make it sound like somebody else's voice. So yeah, it took a little while, when I was learning to sing, to understand that fact that all the great voices across all time have ever done is sing how they sing, and then people either like it or they don't like it. But generally, if you work at your technique and you try to perfect your voice as much as you can, then first of all, you're going to be singing properly. You're going to be leaning on your diaphragm, taking a diaphragmatic breath, and you're not going to be just kind of talk singing, which a lot of people can do as well in different genres. You can have people that are more telling a story with a vocal, and they're not going to be belting in chest voice and having a really wide vibrato and all of that kind of stuff. So there are places for loads of different interpretations of vocal technique, but it is being able to have enough technique to go to that soft place if you want to, but then also if you want to belt in chest voice and have a wide vibrato, being able to do that as well. So yeah, I'd say that most important thing is to just use your own voice, and I would extend that to singing in your range, knowing where your range is, because again, myself being into hard rock music and hearing singers who are hitting A4s, B4s, C5s, D5s, I didn't really appreciate that, if I'm going to be a good singer, I need to be able to hit the same notes that these people can hit. It's like, well, no, when you compare great singers, you're not going to see, Frank Sinatra, for example, hitting constant D5s, and C5s, and even A4s, G4s even, he's singing where he sings, and it's a great sound because that's his voice. So I think, it's all about embracing your own voice, your natural voice, and you can work at your technique. If you want to extend your range, of course, it is possible, and you can do that, sing different styles if you want to. But I'd say if you're starting out, the last thing you want to do is start singing and try to imitate other people with incorrect technique, and then you can maybe damage your voice, and then it's going to be a nightmare, because then even if you think, I shouldn't have tried to copy other people, I should have just sung with my natural voice, what felt comfortable. So now I'm going to try and do that, and you might find, but hang on, I've now got a nodule on my vocal cords because I've damaged them by trying to sing another way. And then sometimes vocal rest can recover, you can recover from that. But if you've been doing it for a long time, it might even be the case that you will need surgery, which is a massive step to have to take. And this is why I think just starting out naturally, sing the way that you sing in a comfortable range, start where you talk, to start hitting notes where, like here, we're all talking in notes. So here, this is a note where I'm talking at the moment. So everybody can start to access pitches and be strict with their pitch, but where they're already talking, because then you're not going to strain anything. And from that place, you can then start to ascend and descend and find how low you can go before you then, can't hit the low notes, because your voice starts going really, really weird, and your vocal cords might even break apart. But you can do the same thing going up, and you can find where your voice starts to hit a bit of a ceiling. And once you get to that point, I mean, you might find that you've already got an octave's worth of range, so you can sing most songs. But all you need to do is transpose those songs to your range so that you can cover the octave where you sing, rather than trying to sing a song an octave higher than you can normally sing, and then you've got to go an octave higher than that. It's obviously never going to work. So like I said, you can train your voice. It might be able to work eventually, but it's always going to sound best to sing with your natural voice where your natural range is. So thank you for that, Leslie. And Linda has donated £11.39. So thank you for that, Linda. And the message is just feel better. So thank you for that, and I will try my best. Corey's donated £22.78. So thank you for that, Corey. And the message is, thanks for keeping it real, Phil. And yeah, I'll just keep on doing what I do. Leslie's donated £20 as well. Thank you for that, Leslie. The message is, do you still do voice exercises an hour a day, or is it only singing in the shower now? So thank you for that. Yeah, I don't sing in the shower. And I mean, generally with vocal exercises, when I was learning to sing, I was really strict with it. So I'd do it 6 nights a week, and I'd have Sunday off. So I'd do 6 nights a week, and generally it'll be between half an hour and an hour, and it'll be singing scales, working at pitch, which takes a hell of a long time. Or at least it took me a very long time to get accurate at hitting pitches. So yeah, working through scales. I'll probably do that for about a year, and after that, I'd say whenever I've got a little bit of free time, which is rare, but if I've got a little bit of free time, the first thing that I go to is vocals. The first thing that I try to work at is my voice, and try and kind of understand my voice even more, because I've said it loads of times on the live streams about having done lots of different courses, online courses, but nothing's ever really clicked with my voice, because there's always a stage at which there'll be an exercise where they say, and when your voice flips into head voice, and it when it breaks, don't worry about that, let that happen, because we're going to eradicate that break. But I think, well, yeah, but what happens if your voice doesn't break? And it's almost like you've got to be able to do that to then go on with the course to then eradicate the break. So yeah, and when they do different sounds and they say, just imitate the sound of a cat, I think, well, I can't do that. It's like meow, and they make a really high pitched sound that is like notes kind of in the counter tenor range. So they're connecting their vocal cords in a relaxed way to make a noise that I've never been able to make. So I think, well, what if you can't make a sound like a cat? Where do you go from there? And there's nothing to explain that in the vocal courses that I've done. So yeah, this is it. It's all about understanding my voice, understanding what I can do, how it works, and just understanding how to kind of navigate it. And what I've been doing recently, over the last kind of only 2 years, I've discovered my falsetto register. Not that I use that for singing, but it's just interesting to me that, right, so now I can do it, because I've always known that I've never been able to do falsetto, or at least the register falsetto, even though people call high notes falsetto, whereas it's not that. It's a totally different register that can't be blended. I actually saw the other day a video with a vocal coach explaining falsetto. And as a vocal coach that I have featured on my channel, and the way that he explained it was that, falsetto is just this sound up here, and he did the falsetto sound, but he was doing head voice with air, but he was calling it falsetto. And the reason that I know it's head voice with air, and the reason that you will know, is that it's the same as your chest voice. You go up into head voice and then you come back down again. So the fact that you've gone up into that head voice, but you've just got air in the sound, you're still connecting it as one long note that you can hold, and there's no break off of the vocal cords. So all you're doing is you've got your vocal cords together, and then to put more air into the sound, they gradually come apart, and then you hear more air. Falsetto is apart, so it means that when you go from chest voice into falsetto, they break apart. It's not a gradual, the vocal cords just suddenly break apart and you get a break, which means that you can't take the same note up into falsetto. So that's kind of the easy way to figure out what you're doing. So this is why everyone gets really confused about it. And I think why I'm so clear as to what it is because I know I've never been able to do it. And then 2 years ago, I kind of found out, oh, right, that's where my falsetto register is. And I knew because I've got chest voice, mixed voice, head voice over here. You can connect all that. And then a totally different thing over here, falsetto, which you can't connect to any of that. So, yeah, but this is why a lot of people get confused about it. And I think maybe I'm lucky that my voice works the way it does because I can tell what it's doing. But even still, yeah, there's loads of things that, you know, I think that because I don't have that natural break in my voice, that is a stepping stone to then hitting very high notes really easily. And I haven't got that stepping stone, so I've got to try and work out another way to do it. So yeah, I haven't quite figured that out, but that's what I'm constantly trying to figure out. Even though I know a lot of people say, oh, but you know, you sing high notes in your cover videos, and yeah, there are quite a few high notes in there, especially with the harmony lines. But I know that those notes aren't as easy as I want them to be. I want to kind of access them with a vocal cord configuration that I haven't sussed out yet. So there. But then again, it's just, you know, it's just understanding your voice and knowing that, right, if I want to hear that particular note, this is what I do. I guess that's where I am at the moment. But I want to be if I want to hit that particular note, this is what I do with less effort, you know. But I guess that's the holy grail. So anyway, thank you for that, Leslie. And Gary has donated £5.34. So thank you for that, Gary. And Lisa W has donated £3.80. So thank you for that. And the message is, hey Phil, hope you feel better soon. Tea and honey works best for a sore or dry throat. I'm retiring soon. I can do some analytics or other admin if needed, not when golfing. So thank you for that, Lisa. And Sue's donated £50 as well. Thank you for that, Sue. The message is, heading to Los Angeles for an event with my podcast. Will miss the next few live streams and your Sunday video. Wishing you all the best for a smashingly successful launch. So thank you for that, Sue. And Karen has donated £7.59. So thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, my cousin's family toured John and Sir Paul's childhood homes yesterday, and I think one of them broke a rule. He sat on the couch in Paul's home and played his own guitar. Feel better. So thank you for that. And Jacqueline's donated £1.52. Thank you for that, Jacqueline. The message is, I'm a singer for many years. Never knew about pitch correction. I just thought all new artists were cookie cutter because they were chosen that way. So thank you for that. And yeah, this is it. That there aren't. I mean, the thing is, human vocal cords just work how they work, and they don't snap to A440 standard pitch equal temperament. And it's impossible to get them to do that. So yeah, they're all just put through exactly the same thing, sadly, nowadays. And recently I was sent a video of, I guess, a boy group who were in the studio, and this was kind of behind the scenes footage of them recording, and they were singing into the microphone, and you could tell that when they were singing that it was unedited, that this was the footage of them singing into the microphone. So then, by the time the singers had made it into the studio, like I say the studio, like with a mixing desk, by the time they'd got there, in order to now pick which take do we want to have or do we want to use, and they were recording it, you know, line by line, almost word by word. But anyway, when they were then reviewing, right guys, which take shall we have? Here's take 4. When they played it back, it was auto-tuned already. So they're playing back for which one should we choose? Of course, they all sound the same because they're all auto-tuned. So I thought, what's going on? What are they? How are they trying to choose between these? Because they're all exactly the same because they've been calibrated. So yeah, even now that they're trying to judge, or that maybe the band don't even know that they've been auto-tuned, and they go into the room and think, oh, I'm a lot more accurate than I thought I just was, because I felt like I wasn't, hitting the high note, but I've come into this room now and I'm nailing it. So maybe just some singers don't have that self-awareness of knowing their voice and knowing their pitch and how accurate they actually are while they're singing. So yeah, that is a bit of a revelation as well. It's like instantly edited, so even the singers don't hear what they've literally just recorded. It's already edited. But anyway, thank you for that, Jacqueline. And Daniel's donated £2 as well. Thank you for that, Daniel. The message is, hello Phil, could an album that has auto-tune applied affect the copyright and royalties? So thank you for that. And I mean, at the moment, no, there's nothing to cover that. Any album, even, and this is where it gets a little bit complicated, even post-pitch corrected releases, such as taking Freddie Mercury's voice, for example, when they release a song, or they release a song that was previously unreleased, and they've pitch corrected or auto-tuned Freddie Mercury's voice, there's nothing that covers that now, or ever has, but there's nothing that covers that, and there's nothing that covers going in and changing somebody's voice, auto-tuning it, pitch correcting it without their permission. There's nothing that is covered there. So yeah, Freddie Mercury's voice has been edited on re-releases, and I guarantee you that nobody's been consulted about that. They've just done it, or the record label's just done it and released it and said, there you go. And people might say, well, what about Freddie Mercury's estate, or what about Brian May or Roger Taylor, or the actual band members? You think, well, has John Deacon and Roger Taylor and I doubt this, and Brian May got into the same room and said, okay guys, right, we're gonna have to discuss the pitch correction that we're applying to Freddie's voice here. Do we want to do this from an artistic perspective, because he's not here to give it the green light? So what do we think about it? That doesn't happen. They just edit it, and it's released. So yeah, then you've got the whole thing of selling the back catalogue and selling particular songs. Once you've sold it, then you have no ownership of it, so people can do whatever they want to it. So yeah, that's another side. But certainly there's nothing that stipulates about the changing of a vocal with auto-tune or pitch correction. So thank you for that, Daniel. Right, now we are at 10 to midnight, so we will be jumping into the cover video for tonight. And let me just scroll up a little bit. There've been a lot of donations in there, so thank you for these. And it is Blade of Zorro who's donated £20. Thank you for that. The message is, get well soon, Phil. Also, you may have answered this question before, but is there an artist you would love to play with, past or present? So thank you for that. And I mean, I always say about, it'd be cool just to play a little bit of rhythm guitar behind Jimi Hendrix. So that's a past one. And present, I mean, I've said, a lot of people that I've spoken with on the channel, done interviews, and people that I've covered, and with Taj Farrant, for example, where I'm losing track of where we are time-wise, but I think it was last year that there was a chance that we might be able to do something together, but that didn't work out, because that would have been over in the USA, and we had to do visas, or at least I had to do visas, and it didn't quite work out as being able to be done in the short time window that was available. But I mean, I will kind of play with anybody on stage. It's all fine by me. And just lots of artists that I featured. It's absolutely fine to get up on stage and have a jam, have a Fil Jam, or just join in with what they're doing, and kind of, as I said, play a little bit of rhythm guitar if they need it in the background. Thank you for that. And Maltese has donated $9.99. Thank you for that. The message is, we authentic singing lovers now have a champion. His name is Phil with an F. So thank you for that. Karen's donated $2 and says Chipper's donation. Get well, Phil, chirp. So thank you for that. And Kaku3 has donated $5. So thank you for that. The message is, any pro-recorded songs with horribly out-of-tune vocals do you love? And that's their third super chat donation, so thank you for that. And yeah, I mean, I've featured quite a lot on my channel, but well, I think Zoom is one that I've analysed. There's got to be so many more. There are so many more, but none of them are coming into my mind at the moment. And it's because I'm trying to think of a song that when I used to wash dishes, it's kind of my first job ever, they had the same playlist going all the time. And there's this one particular song where it does have tuning issues with it, but that's what makes it unique and that's what makes it different. So that's kind of why I like the song. So yeah, there are some times where there are less accurate vocals, but it's interesting because of that, rather than it just being bland and being kind of overly tuned. So there you go. Thank you for that donation. And Maltese has donated $4.99 and says money for throat lozenge. So thank you for that. Lucy's donated $10 and says, hi Phil, I have chronic MTD, muscle tension dysphonia. My speech therapist taught me straw phonation. Professional singers use it for a tired voice. There are many YouTube videos about it. Take care. So thank you for that. Yeah, I've tried straw phonation. I've even bought special straws with special diameters to try and help with my voice. But I don't know, my voice is just weird. It just doesn't, when somebody's demonstrating it, my voice doesn't do what their voice does. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. So yeah, Malteser donated $1.99. Says, Phil, is your phone pinging? I hear bells. So thank you for that. And not at the moment, but I mean, it does make noises all the time, as you can imagine, because I kind of mute it anyway. But yeah, because everything on my phone, it's like YouTube with different comments that obviously come up. I get quite a lot of comments, and Instagram messages on Instagram, people emailing me through the website and emailing me through YouTube as well. People get the address on YouTube, even though it does say for business inquiries only, but then people get that and start messaging me about lots of different things. So yeah, I don't think I haven't been hearing bells, so maybe it's something else. So anyway, we are going to be jumping into tonight's cover video, and oh look, we are looking for, I haven't even done the maths for tonight. It's going to be something like 56 more people maybe to have a Fil Jam. So if you could hit the thumbs up, that would be very much appreciated, and then we'll have a Fil Jam at the end of the live stream, and it's going to be 6 minutes and 17 seconds. So we'll leave a little bit of space for that at the end. But yes, we will jump into, what is it going to be? You Know My Name. This is my cover that I performed with Kent Johnson, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you after. Rock!
If you take a life, do you know what you give? Odds are you won't like what it is. When the storm arrives, would you be seen with me by the merciless eyes of deceit? I've seen angels fall from blinding heights, but you yourself inside, things will not be the same when you return to the night. If you think you've won, you never saw me change the game that we have been playing. I've seen this diamond cut through heart of man. Then you yourself, but if you must pretend, you may meet your end. Harm yourself because no one else here will save you. The odds will betray you, and I will replace you. Can't deny the prize, it may never fulfill you, and it longs to kill you. Are you willing to die? The coldest blood runs through my veins. You know my name. 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 You know my name.
And there we have it. That was my version with Kent Johnson of You Know My Name. I'm just going to stop this echoing from happening. So I think I've got to make an executive decision here because I'm thinking, well, I've still got loads of stuff to do this week with recording different videos, and I'm going to need to be able to talk. And I think if I keep on talking in this live stream, eventually my voice is going to give out, and then tomorrow I won't be able to talk at all. And yeah, I definitely need my voice for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and definitely Sunday. So what I might do is, I mean, we can still hit the thumbs up. That would be great. But I might just say that we'll do the Fil Jam because that's then me not having to talk and I can play the guitar. But I will just quickly address the donations just come through from Maltese, who's donated $4.99. Thank you for that. And the message is, did you use hair gel in this cover? It has that look. No, I don't use hair gel. I mean, I use hair spray, but yeah, I used to actually use hair gel when I was maybe in my teenage years. But looking back, I thought, well, I'd never really tested or used hairspray, but looking back, I thought, well, that would have exactly done the job that I was trying to use hair gel to do. But I only thought that there was hair gel, and I never really thought about hairspray. But then hairspray seems a lot better. I mean, probably better for longer hair, so that it kind of maintains its shape a little bit. Who knows? But anyway, right, we are going to be jumping into maybe the Fil Jam. It is a little bit longer, 6 minutes 17. We will, I tell you what, we'll just jump straight into it. And if we end the live stream early, it's just because it's better to end early and have a little bit of a break for my voice, so that, yeah, I can. The worst case scenario is that I've been working for over a year on this project, and then when it comes to launch the project, I can't talk in the video. That'd be absolutely classic. So we'll get the guitar out, and I mean, technically, if we get 21 more likes, then it still will count as an official Fil Jam. So maybe you can keep on hit the thumbs up. That would be very much appreciated. So what I need to do, I need to turn on the microphone, which I've done. I'll click on this, and right. Okay, that's ready to go. Just have to see if I'm going to be able to hear this or not. Right, so this is deep, dreamy, melodic, rock backing track in D minor. And this is from YT Jam Tracks. And that's YT in capital letters. Let me put this down here. And let me know what the levels are like. Zoom out. Done. Right, let's play this. Oh, I can hear it. Can you hear this? have it. That is it. I could have maybe let that play on for a little bit longer. Still had another 5 minutes of maybe fade out going on. So there we have it. That was deep, dreamy, melodic rock backing track in D minor, and that's coming from YT Jam Tracks, and that's YT in capital letters. So thank you, Joe, for sending that my way. And yes, we did hit the likes goal in the end, so that was an official Fil Jam, and we didn't cheat. So there we go. Right, I'm out of here, maybe to see if I even have any honey, like having a tea and honey, or some kind of drink that might help out. But I'll try my best to rest up as much as possible, but look out for the video tomorrow night with Chris Lipe that I'll release on the channel. And Friday's video I think is going to be pretty just more of a notification video, and yeah, take it as easy as possible with my voice. So then on Sunday I can tell everybody what is going on, and I'll be able to do that launch video. And yeah, exciting times. Hopefully my voice will be back to normal by then, but we will see. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I will see you on Saturday night, of course. I'm going to be live streaming, so yeah, hopefully the voice is back for that as well. And yeah, that'll be just before the launch. So yeah, mark it in your diaries, 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time on Sunday for when I launch this project. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!